Yeah.
I have no idea. It's, I don't know, should be like
All
minute or
right.
two.
Now I know normally I would just skip through the picks and bans phase, but what is with these bans? Help me out here.
I cannot remember.
Okay. All right. All right. Never mind then.
Might have well been that I've been annoyed by these.
Okay.
No, like for Kale Jacks.
This is 4.10, right? So this is new
Yeah, that's
admittedly.
4.10.
Okay.
Yep, should be.
All right.
At least it says so on the bottom left corner. June 19th.
Okay. Okay. Is 4.11 out yet on the Western servers?
No,
No, not
no.
yet. Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Any like questions before the lane phase commences? Just ask them now. So.
No. I know the patch isn't out.
Okay.
Just said, told me is up to date.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that
Can,
delay.
can you hear my music?
Nope.
Okay, good. Okay. Full screen? How do I full screen? What? Thought it was you press enter. Oh,
Isn't
okay,
it
I
old
double
enter?
clicked. I double clicked. Okay,
Oh,
that works. Okay.
so I generally ward the at the enemy line. So
Yep. Just do a fan
some
out. Like, one thing I would always recommend until higher lows is just always do a fan out and always insist for it. If you guys invade, I don't agree with it. Well, unless
no, we
Thresh
don't.
hits the hook here. If Thresh hits the hook and Lee Sin follows up with the QQ,
I
then...
think we do something, but it's not really an
Okay, so
entertainment.
this is one. All right, now you get first blood, but that's a little bit irrelevant to what I'm gonna say. So, like, say. All right, so this is just like it's very minute. I've talked about it in other videos. I'm sure that you know. Don't get a skill before lane phase commences
Yep.
because, like, let's say that they were all like waiting in here, right? Like just outside of the fog of war, and don't think this is actually unheard of because this happens sometimes. And they come around the corner and like they flash or whatever to try and get you. You want to be able to drop the fucking the bomb things. I don't know its name. The okay, you know what I'm
Flame
talking about.
jumpers.
Okay,
Flame
I'm gonna call
jumpers.
them traps. Okay, you're gonna want to drop your 3 traps. You know, down or whatever. And then now, in the same sense, if you're over here, okay, and Zyra's right here, you want to be able to chain all forms of CC. Do you know what I mean? So Thresh is gonna throw his hook. You're gonna wait about 1 second, and then you're gonna throw the little fucking things on her. Then she's gonna get caught by that, and then she's gonna get caught by Lee Sin. You know what I mean? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
no chance for escape. Whereas with what happens right here, like as we see in the video, like so I'm just gonna let it happen one more time. So she gets hit. Now, technically, she has room to flash here. She does have the ability to do it. And if she flashes here, because this isn't like a ranked 5s or whatever, not one person is just going to flash after her. She's going to get the flash out of like Lee Sin, she's going to get the flash out of like Thresh, and, you know, God knows who else. Like maybe you'll even, I don't know. And if that happens, it's not as good as just if you had thrown down the traps. Obviously. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So you don't want to give any room. And Thresh takes that's a little bizarre. Actually, you know what? No, I don't disagree with that. I actually think if the support or the jungler can take the first blood kill, they should always do it. So if you're ever in a opportunity to give support or the jungler the kill on an invade, you should do that. That's just my opinion. Because if the support has a shitload of potions and a shitloads of wards early, your lane is so much more safe than if you just have a few more potions. You know what I mean? Because the
Yeah.
support is actually the brute force of the lane in the earlier levels. Well, generally.
Yeah, and you can just chunk down the potion and you can go in a, let's say, bad trade. Since I play a fairly amount of supports myself, I know that supports getting killed isn't the worst thing in the world.
No, yeah. Before a certain patch came, it was starting to become accepted that actually support should get the kills, not AD carries. And I actually still think that's the case. Okay. So one thing is that I've talked about this in other videos. I don't know if I've addressed it with you, though, personally. Push the lane as fast as humanly possible. Especially with the first blood kill, you're going to proc the level 2 way quicker than them. By about a minion or so. So when you get the level 2 jump, then Thresh can walk into them with the flay, followed up with the hook. You know what I mean? And if you can zone them out, then what ends up happening is, like, say that you're pushing your lane already, okay, and you're standing here, and, like, Thresh is here or something. And this minion's already dead, this minion's already dead or something. You proc the level 2, okay? Thresh can just walk up to them, and if they don't use some form of, like, getaway, escape or disengage or whatever, they're going to get hit with the flay, and then they're going to hit with the hook. And even if they dodge one, okay, they're probably going to get hit by the other, like, whichever one it is, okay, and then Ezreal and Zyra end up standing over here, okay, and the minion wave's over here, alright? And then you just stand somewhere in this radius, like, within this circle, okay, and you just dash dance like that. Okay, so wherever the hell you're standing, you just go up and down, up and down, up and down, and you just zone them out of the CS. And then ideally, if you can do it correctly, the next minion wave, you know, you're looking for it, it's over here. So it's over here for them, okay? If it can get to this lane, and you manage to, I'm going to use this in red, if you manage to get the lane to freeze, like right here, this is a nightmare. And this goes back to what I talked about, where if the support could get the kill early, he could have recalled instantaneously, because truthfully, his leash support doesn't really make too much of a difference. Like, it maybe speeds up the clear time by about 3 seconds or something, right? So, had he recalled and Thresh comes back to lane with, like, 4 more potions and, like, 2 blue potions or something and, like, a ward or 2 wards or whatever, then you just shut down the jungler, too. You get the ward, right, in this bush. And then you can even have a ward in this brush, so they can't even go in here to try to, like, do any sort of cutesy maneuvers. And then they're completely fucked. They can't call for a gank, right? Like, they're down a level and a half already. They're getting zoned out of CS and experience, which means that you're also effectively stealing gold away from them, which is something that a lot of people don't, like, consider. But, yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, always shove the lane.
So I should even push more than I actually do.
Always shove the lane.
I always do, even if I go support and the
Yeah.
the AD carry doesn't do anything. I just hit and hit and hit.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I are saying even more than I actually already do.
Yes, and also to get the level 2 even quicker, if you do elect to start off with her gun change, I don't know its name. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna refer to them by what they are.
Switcheroo.
Okay, switcheroo. Fuck, Scarlet used, like, her... Hold on one sec. She used, like, her spices, and I can't breathe. Hold on. Fuck, Scarlet! You're killing me! Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Fuck. Holy shit. No, don't open my door. Okay.
Spices? You're talking about chili.
No, she has these spices. They're like, it's like ghost pepper and like other types of shit. And just by opening the jar, like, it gets into the air and I like can't fucking, I can't breathe. Oh, they're so strong. Oh my god. Fuck. And she, like, eats them like they're fucking... like they're water or something. I don't know. Alright, we're good. God. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I would recommend doing the switcheroo and just speed pushing that line as if you're like Tristana. Like the passive, like how it blows up all the minions at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so just do that to get the level 2. And yes, in the instance that a Zyra plant ever comes up, always prioritize it. I know this is specific to this lane, but always prioritize it because it's bonus gold.
And it hurts.
Yeah, and it hurts, but it's bonus gold. It's gold that they have no ability to recover. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, in any instance of anything like that, like even Heimerdinger turrets, you know. Okay. And now when you're fighting against Ezreal, okay, now you keep standing like here, or you were like standing here when your minions were here. You know what I mean? Like you're standing where Ezreal wants you to be standing. Okay, so let's reverse engineer, and reverse engineering is really, really important. So if you're Ezreal, if I'm coaching Ezreal and not Jinx, okay, and Jinx is standing where you're standing, what am I going to tell the Ezreal? I'm going to tell the Ezreal to stand vertically. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yep.
if you're here, then I'll tell Ezreal to walk up here and shoot. You know what I mean? Because the minions, whatever. So you always want to... Ezreal always wants to be looking for these vertical angles. He never wants to be, you know, horizontal or whatever with his opponent. So, like, because of that, you do what you know he doesn't want you to do. So you would just stand inside of the minions. Okay? But if you're against, like, a Lucian, okay, then yes, you do stand like this. Because then this is awkward for Lucian, right? Or if you're against a Graves, then you stand like this, because you don't want to be inside the minions. Because then you give him added benefit for his Q and his W. If you're against, like, you know, a Caitlyn, or, like, a champion that's entirely auto-attack reliant, you can dash dance in between the minions to increase chance of misclick. Unless they're using the only focus champion hotkey. Okay?
Which I've never used.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
even know how it works.
Okay. It just doesn't allow you to click minions or monsters. Oh, okay. Oh! Okay, but you weren't auto-attacking that quick. That could have been done a little bit cleaner. Like, you could have maybe chunked her a little bit more, but you just gotta follow up. Okay. Now your HP is a little bit low, but you do have heal.
Yeah, I think my early game in this game was really shitty. Kinda.
It's okay. And when he's standing inside minions, just switch your route over to the cannon. You know what I mean? Not the machine gun. In fact, oh! Heal. Moya. Okay, so right here, this is just psychological. So, now, what's really surprising is when she moves like this. Okay, now first off, you have to. Do you look at your own champion during laning phase? Because if you do, I'm gonna tell you to stop.
No.
Okay. So your eyes need to be fixated on Ezreal and Zyra as if you're playing an eye staring contest. Okay? Like you just need to literally focus only on them and use your peripheral vision to view the minions and never look at yourself. Okay? And you have to develop like muscle memory for your mouse cursor. This is just like basics, like, you know, whatever. But anyways, when Zyra, we saw her walk into here, but then at the very last second we saw her go upward. Okay? So we can assume that Zyra is within like somewhere here. All right? So because this is possible, all right, you have to then draw like a circle with your eyes. Okay? And this is the range of her snare shit. Okay? So you have to stand not anywhere near, so then like the blue is like the danger zone, assuming that she walks. Like this is distance that even if like she comes out of the bush, she can get to it before you have an ability to respond. So the blue is danger, and the yellow itself is the radius at current time. Okay? So you just have to think of this while she's in the bush. So because this is possible, okay, what is the most awkward angle for her to hit it? It would be to stand like here. Right? Or it would be to stand a little bit backwards here, but then you can't really see us. So the only option is to stand here, or stand like here. Okay? That way you can still see us, this minion. I'm gonna go into red. You can still see us, this minion. You can still see us, this minion. And then you can dash dance, like that. And then if you just get a ward over in that brush, and, you know, Nidalee is pushing the lane, Nidalee should ward, like, here or something, you're going to be completely fine. There's no jungler gank. And then this is the safest because it fucks over Zyra's, like, bush play. Okay? Does that make sense?
Although in this situation, yeah, it makes sense. I think I was more like mirroring the Ezreal movement since I was kind of low health, so I didn't want to eat the Qs.
Well, if you... Okay, so...
Since he runs up.
Right. If he hits you with Q, I mean, I know that you are kind of low health. Thresh should be standing somewhat near you. So it's not totally of risk, but his mana should also be something that you should be considering. He doesn't have that much mana left. You know what I mean?
It's like 2 to 3 Qs.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So then you grouped up and yeah, you both got oh god. And you didn't heal? Not that I think it would have mattered. I mean, someone still was going to go down. If Thresh goes down, you could have saved Thresh, technically. Oh, what? Okay. Okay. Always get 2 potions. Well, 2 potions if you can afford it, but if not, then always just get 1 potion. That was really bad by Lee Sin. Oh my god. Mother of Christ. Okay, that was...
Yeah, the minions.
Yeah. Well, his badness still lets me teach you something. So, alright, let's go over something. Okay, so if you are any champion, okay, that if you can close the gap of movement, okay, before initiating your crowd control, and just because something doesn't have like a slow or a stun or a snare, etc., it doesn't mean that it's not crowd control. You can be crowd control in the sense of your damage output. You know what I mean? Because people are afraid of you, so they run from you. So that's crowd control. So if Lee Sin can close the gap on Zyra, because like Zyra is gonna have to go like this, right?
Yep.
Lee Sin can walk like this and probably collide with her, just based on models. You know what I mean? Champion models.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they would overlap later, you know, right around this like small little bridge. All right, because he can close the gap like that, he shouldn't throw his Q until he's at least here, because there's no reason for it. And then if he throws the Q when he's here, that's like the only, you know, when factoring in the hitbox. You know what I mean? So there's multiple lines for the hitbox. Whatever. When factoring in the hitbox, she can't really fucking escape, right? And he's closed the distance. So if you do this rather than try to be cute and throw the Q right here, while yes, it does let you, you know, latch onto her quicker, it's not needed, because you can just close the gap by walking.
Yep.
Okay? So this is safer and it's more guaranteed. And the way that you improve and you climb and whatever is by doing safe and guaranteed decisions, not trying to be fucking dandy. So
I would have thought he might jump to the minion on the right.
like right here,
Considering he didn't use
WQ,
he didn't use
he
safeguard.
could do that too, but it wouldn't even be necessary.
Yeah.
He still he still wants to have his W open in the event that he has to dive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay, so now let's do this in another sense, okay? So if this is Blitzcrank, I'm just gonna use Blitzcrank as an analogy, okay? So Lee Sin is Blitzcrank. Now, yes, he could throw the hook right here. You know what I mean? And try to get her and pull her in here. That would be good if he did it. But Blitzcrank has another form of an obnoxious CC. Okay? So if Blitzcrank hit her right here and pulled her in and then did the knock-up, the overall form of CC time is about 1.5 seconds, or like 2 in-game seconds, right? And then she begins running from right here. Right? Because he pulls her and then he knocks her up. Okay? But if Blitzcrank instead elects to run down, okay, collide with her right here, okay, he knocks her up, so he hits her into the fucking air, and then he puts her into a domestic abusive relationship, and he lets her walk away a little bit, thinking that she's finally going to go back to her home, and then he pulls her. Because there's no fucking way, well, actually there is, I've seen it, there's no way to miss a hook. There's no way to miss a hook. You know what I mean? From like this area. So what happens is she gets knocked up, so that's 1 second, you know what I mean? Then she runs away for 3 to 4 seconds or something, and then she gets pulled right back in. You know what I mean? That's way longer CC time. So if you can ever close the gap, all right, with walking, and then you have a more obnoxious form of close range CC, always do that. This applies to all champions. So, like, even if it's not Blitzcrank right here, if this is Thresh, if Thresh can get up here and flay before he hooks, it's way better.
Yeah, easier time to land the hook because of the slow even.
Okay?
And better angle and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Nice. Now right here, you should want to CS as slow as possible because you're behind in the lane.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you're auto-attacking, but you shouldn't be. Like, see? You're hitting the minion and whatever. Unfortunately, it worked out because it went into the tower. But, like, two minions of those should still be alive, and it should be pushing in your wave, right? So you would still have it at your tower, like, 30 seconds from now.
So
You know
basically
what I mean?
what I'm doing now, just
This is bad, yeah.
earlier.
Yeah. Like, right now, the minion wave, it's right here. Right? Like, oops, sorry. It's right here now, technically.
Mm.
Okay? You could have it right here. The second line. And then if you manipulate it even better, because it was actually pushing in favor of red. It had 2 warrior minions and 3 spellcasters against 3 spellcaster. If you manipulate it even better, you could have it possibly even here. Which, this is just like, this
outside
is
of the
beautiful.
third range.
Right, this is like beautiful. Now, in some matchups, you don't want to be shoved under tower. Like, say you're up against like a Caitlyn, I don't know, a Caitlyn Annie or like a Caitlyn Thresh or like something like that. You don't totally want to be under tower. You would prefer to have it at the second line. You know what I mean? So that they don't have control of the brush and they have, you know, the ability to poke you underneath the tower and stuff. But against a Zyra, like, so delete all these lines. Against like a Zyra dynamic or like I guess a Blitzcrank, a Thresh, anything with like that linear snare or that linear like hook. If you can freeze it here, it's obviously optimal because then you have control of the brush. But if you do get shoved in against Zyra, okay, and she's only having to focus on these angles, right, like the runway, basically, I'm gonna call it, then your dash dancing has to be done like vertically, depending on where you are, to counteract. You know what I mean? Because if you're going just left to right, it doesn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's just something to consider against similar concept champions. But yeah, you need to stop CSing right here. Like, you don't want to shove this. Unless your goal is to shove it into tower really, really fast and then recall to try to match his recall so that you have a standard fight in lane. So what I mean by that is, like, say he comes back to lane with 2 Doran's Blades and a Vamp Scepter. And you come back to lane with Doran's Blade, a Vamp Scepter, and, like, a few potions or something. If he's still not back to lane, like, he just recalled as you got back to lane, you could hyper shove the lane, like expend all your mana and just like do whatever you can to just kill the minions that are in front of you, right? You yourself recall and you get a Doran's Blade and you go back to the lane. And then you have an even fight. Because some people, what they don't realize is that there's timing attacks in League of Legends that are against itemization. So like, if Ezreal comes back to lane with a Sheen and a Phage, right? He only needs 778 gold before he completes Trinity Force. Okay? So 778 gold, you're factoring in about 3 minion waves, when also factoring in game timer, and if there was a siege minion inside of that wave, whatever. So you know that within a minute and a half to 2.5 minutes, he has the ability to complete Trinity Force. Okay, well, actually, no, I'm sorry. I just messed up. Not 778 gold, 1178. So that actually changes it. I was thinking if they already had a dagger. Okay, so 1178 gold. So you're factoring in about 4.5 minutes until he completes Trinity Force under normal circumstances, or like 4 minutes. So with that being said, you could call for jungler ganks within that timing, because you know that he wants to recall, so he's not totally looking for a fight unless he's like snowballed ahead. But also, like, if you know that, then say that his item's bigger, like it's an IE, okay? And he comes back to lane with a pickaxe and a BF sword. You know that he wants 1,375 gold, right? Before
Yep.
he goes back and recall, like to get his Infinity Edge. Because of that, you know that if like you can recall and he will have only gained 600 gold or something, but it gives you a bigger power spike in lane, you could totally get away with it. In solo queue anyway. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I
Like
guess
evening
so.
out the... If it doesn't make sense, I can word it differently.
No, no, no. It does. It does.
Okay. That's
I kind of
important.
had it today where the Lucian didn't recall, and still was sitting on the door as well. I was having already a bilge water
Okay.
just because I recalled
Okay.
and he didn't.
Nice. And you're still not using heal, so that's really good. I don't know if that's intentional, but that's really good emotional resistance. You can dive him here. I would just walk by and dive. I would ping him twice with Thresh right here and just walk by and kill him. Oh, you got an assist anyway. I mean, if you're waiting for Lee Sin, I guess that's a little fine, but you know, time is of the essence, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just shove this and go back. And now, right now, where's Zyra? So on this freeze frame, where is she? Based on the time that's passed.
She could be at the inhibitor turret.
I would say that
Tops.
I would say she's like right here.
Yeah.
Like right around here, okay? And all that I want you to do is just get used to doing things like this, like judging their their timing. So because you know that and whatever, she's gonna get back to lane. It's gonna be like 3 minions because that minion won't be there. Okay, Warwick's here. Yep. Now this is what I call an inefficient recall because you see how the minion waves you back? Like, okay, oh, you're gonna stay for it. Okay. So now Ezreal's gonna have the power spike on you. Now you can kind of negate it a little bit by getting level 6 before him, but that only lasts a short while. Good. Now you recall, right? No? What's going on?
I have no idea. It's like a week ago.
Okay.
Maybe I should have reviewed the video just before the session.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Okay. How? Okay. When you get shoved in like the... Yep. I was going to say to use that a little bit earlier. What was that hook?
Well, what you say is a field goal.
Yeah, exactly. Alright. So, okay, so now he's got the level 6 too. So it's really hard to like... Oh, ping goes down from Lee Sin, but... basically, I don't like how you didn't recall. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like it gives up an edge a little bit. Like, if Warwick shows up right now, and even if Lee Sin shows up, it's really easy for them to turn it around. And they may even turn it around right here. What? Okay. Okay. Alright,
I didn't
well...
need to flash though.
Oh my god. It's okay. Wow, at least accepting responsibility. This isn't solo queue. Like,
It
Alright.
sometimes happens,
yeah.
but you'll never see it on the Katarina.
Okay. So this is 4.10. What are you gonna build? Don't you dare.
Since it's really early, I do dare.
Don't
I think I go BF, BT. I think I do.
don't Why are you getting boots? Don't get boots.
No, do I actually get... I think only get a Vamp Scepter and then go Infinity Edge?
Okay. No, always get potions! God. Okay, so the thing about the potion, I've said it before. I just don't know if you've like heard me say it. Basically, if you pop a potion, if you're at full HP, right? And you pop a potion after you get auto-attacked by Ezreal or get a hit by Zyra, if the duel lasts like 7 seconds, okay, which is, it's very standard, sometimes it lasts even longer, you effectively have half of a ruby crystal inside of that fight. You have an entire other item. So that's gigantic, because I call potions EHP when they're inside of fights. I always tell people, like, even if you don't need it, always just pick up a potion before you leave Fountain, because it's EHP.
You know, fun fact, as a support I buy a fuckload of potions.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Just as an AD carry, it's not... at least in that game, not. I think I'm picking up more.
But anyways, I wouldn't have picked up boots here. I mean, I guess it's okay-ish, but I don't like it this early, especially not on purple side. Why didn't he flay? See, that's what I was talking about the most form of obnoxious CC. Like, flay is the most obnoxious, so he should do flay, because he closed the gap. Oh my god, this fucking, we need an NFL scout in this game. Like, holy shit. Oh! Aw, Michin. You're dead, yeah. Okay, well, you saved Thresh? I think you did, yep. Okay. So, just in hindsight. I mean, yeah, if that was hit, then she's just deleted. Okay, so, you see this? This is just psychology. Like, you know Warwick's here. You don't even have to see him. Alright, you see how they're circumventing minions?
Yeah.
Okay, Warwick's here. 110%, because we see Annie on the minimap. Malphite doesn't have teleport, even if he did, he doesn't have eyes. And, like, he just doesn't have teleport. So, nothing else can happen except for Warwick being here. And why is Zyra still going when Ezreal backs off? It's because Zyra is looking for something else that Ezreal's not. So Warwick's coming somewhere. And then as soon as she steps into the bush, you shouldn't walk into her, you should walk away from her. Because you know that there's Safe Haven, where Tribrush is warded, you know nothing's coming from red. You know what I mean? Something might be coming from golems, we don't know, there's the Fog of War. But nothing can come from river. So you just want to get to the Safe Haven. You know what I mean? Always be playing safe, don't be going for kills. Idiots, like, I'm not calling you an idiot, but idiots fight, because they have low EQ. EQ is like the IQ of your emotions, but anyways, so like
EQ.
EQ. So like the if you have low EQ, you're gonna end up committing to fights that are unfavorable. You're always gonna want to fight because that you're like, it's like playing fucking Tekken or Mortal Kombat. Like all you want to do is just hit the other guy, but you want to be higher on that like that echelon scale where like you don't need to fight as much. And the reason that I say this is because when most players win games at gold or silver or platinum or like low diamond or something, it's because they do well in lane, and then they end up coming to lane at 2 kills with 50 CS advantage, and they have their core item when the other guy's at their half core item. And all they have to do, it almost has nothing to do with skill anymore at that point. It's just them pressing buttons. Like coming to lane, BF Sword or Bloodthirster against fucking Vamp Scepter Doran's Blade. It doesn't take any effort to right-click the enemy champion.
Yep.
But in the same sense, if you put like a really good AD carry, like Deft or Imp or like Double Lift, Wild Turtle, whatever, and they have that Doran's Blade and that Vamp Scepter, and they're on like Ezreal or like Caitlyn or something, they still know how to play against the Bloodthirster. You know what I mean? Like they know what is required and what's needed to wither that person down until the Bloodthirster is irrelevant, because all it actually is just raw statistics. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is that when players win games, they win it because they get an advantage. And they do well because of the snowball effect, but also because when players start to lose in the lower elos, their low EQ, they end up becoming toxic, and they become detrimental to themselves and their teammates. So they fall behind, and they think they're like, oh, you fucking jungler, oh, you fucking support, oh, you fucking mid, like everything just comes out. But when you become more content and more comfortable playing with less items, and you just don't give up kills, you also force the enemy to play with less items, and they're not used to winning with less items. But if you get to a point where you're comfortable and you're fine with playing with less items, you know what I mean? Doran's Blade Vamp Scepter against Doran's Blade Vamp Scepter. If you become better than everyone else at your elo with those 2 items, you'll win so much more just by not giving up kills, because then you take them out of their comfort zone. Because they're only used to winning when they snowball. They're not used to winning from behind. No one at that elo is used to winning from behind. So if you simply resist death, you don't have to get kills. You just have to resist death. You'll improve as a player, because you'll become used to playing with weaker items, weaker damage outputs, and you'll have to figure out the ways to get kills with those weaker damage output items. You'll improve in every single facet.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. That reminded me of another game I had with a Nidalee support, the new Nidalee, where I was Lucian and she was complaining that I was too hesitant or something, and she ended up with 5-7 or something, and I 9-0-9 or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Might be just because, but that kind of reminded me of this.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. So that's all that I wanted to get off this Zyra situation. But this will apply to every single one of your games. CS, alright, so objective is king. CS is queen. Kill is rook. Okay? Always. It's always like that. So if you trade a death for an objective, it's worth it. You're trading a rook for a king. Well, you can't actually trade a king when you win the game, but you get my analogy. So, like...
Let's say queen.
Yeah. In the laning phase, CS is king, kill is queen. And if you're a jungler, then objective is king, kill is queen. Yeah.
Oh, I so hate it when people die when it's a free turret instead.
Ow, sorry. Alright, let me speed this up. So, okay, you do go into Infinity Edge. Okay, I love you. Sit down. Alright, we're good.
I love me too.
But you didn't get a potion!
I had no money. I had only like 10 gold.
So wait for it! Yeah, just wait for it. If you only have to wait for 60 gold, I would recommend staying and waiting.
Oh yeah, 60 gold for an item, but I thought waiting for potions isn't
Potions
really
an
that
item?
worth. Yeah. Now that you said the ruby crystal thing, yeah.
I don't know who sells potions, man, but don't let him hear you say that. Like, fucking like... I don't know. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so... Alright, you got the kill. Okay. But that's also partially... Okay, so something that I also say is just because you make a decision and you get a kill, if the decision's not correct, don't repeat it. So you got the kill because Zyra's bad, not because what you did is good. Do you know what I mean by that?
Just now that I saw that, it was apparent that I was just thinking, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I got the kill, yeah, but still kind of was strange.
See, this is what I mean, like, Lisa, like, there's no need. You have the edge in the lane, and, like... Also, don't throw down the traps until last second, always. This is kind of like the Yasuo that I coached, where he kept throwing up wind wall before the enemy threw his skill, and I kept saying him, don't throw up wind wall until the animation for their skill goes up. And he did in the next video, and you could see the improvement. But yeah, that makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Although with the flame chompers, it's a little bit...
Well, don't throw the flame choppers until they're like 2 centimeters in front of where you're going to throw it. So they're forced to go around it. Like, you just threw it right there, and there's no way that those things are fucking hitting anything. Those things are like the fucking chomper things from Mario. Like, if you die to that, like, there's something really wrong. Alright.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. So, again, you're on a timing right now, right? Where you probably just want to get this wave and recall. Well, maybe. Because you're, Well, no, actually, you already have enough... Or, no, you don't. I forgot. You don't have pickaxe. You got, the cloak. Okay.
So I need like 1400.
Yep. Okay, so you get the tower, and
Which I don't
now, why are you staying in? Okay, good. Yep, okay, you ping... Good. Okay, I was gonna recommend you ping dragon. But Lee Sin ends up being at top, but you can actually probably do it with Thresh if Nidalee comes down. Yep, ward. Please, nice. Okay, good. What? What? Okay. Kill white.
I didn't want to start the Drake alone since
Yeah.
nobody would.
Yeah. Always kill white in the event of any downtime. Or, like, if they're freezing your lane and you're behind in the lane, you need to kill white to kind of, like, recuperate. I would just... Did you throw your ult at Zyra?
Yep,
Okay.
or at least tried.
Yeah. You're not playing with locked camera, right? No, you're not. Okay.
No.
If you were, I was going to tell you to stop. But, okay. So, like, you see right here how... Oh, Annie is there, never mind. But, okay, so actually, Annie is not there, okay? We're gonna... I'm gonna teach you something by deleting Annie, so hold on one second. Delete Annie. Fuck.
Poor girl.
Okay, Annie's not there. Alright, so, like, if Annie's not at this yellow, alright, they can clear dragon, right? Because Riven has top shoving, so this demands response, right? Like, from Malphite or, like, someone. So, if Annie's not actually there, you don't actually need to be here. You can just go down to bottom, and you can shove it to the tower. And if you do that, that creates more pressure, because they have to respond to the tower before they can reach dragon, right? Just off, like, a geometrical standpoint. So, with that being said, if you shove this into the tower, you also get the minion wave, you get the golems, you probably get a ward near red, and then you can fall back to dragon, and your team would have gotten dragon anyway. And then by doing that, you have established more map presence, map vision, and just map control in general for your team. Okay, and it also takes longer for this minion wave plus their AD carry to shove it back to the tower. Okay, so there's so much more to gain. Like, when you have a guaranteed dragon, like, there's absolutely no way that someone can contest. It doesn't matter what role you're on, I would recommend you to just go and shove a lane. So, like, if you're the mid laner, just go back to your, like, Nidalee. So, if you commit to the dragon, right, then Nidalee, once she recognizes that you've committed, then you should just go mid. And now, to answer the potential question that you may have, like, well, what if everyone doesn't want to commit to the dragon? Well, then someone has to fucking bite the bullet and, like, commit. So.
Obviously.
So, yeah. Okay?
Okay.
So let me just... Don't tell me she actually... See, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. Like, wait until she's What is going on? Objective! God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I would love to see Warwick just run around and smite now. Like, oh my god, he almost did it. Oh my god. I don't know who sings, it's just a little too late, but... Fucking that's Warwick's theme song right now. Okay. Yeah, kill white. But I don't know why you're killing white. I don't think it changes any of your gold values. So this is this I would also classify as an inefficient recall. Like, if you needed white to, like, get another item outside of the Infinity Edge, you know what I mean? Then kill it. But if you don't, then you're essentially wasting 20 seconds. Not 20 seconds, but...
Oh my fucking god.
And you didn't get potions!
No,
And you did! You got a
got
Bloodthirster. You're benched.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Well, I
If
don't
you have-
buy
if-
that thing anymore.
If you were, like, 5-2-2... Okay, maybe. Because that's, like, an unrealistic lead. So this goes back to what I was saying before, how, like, at 18 minutes, you're 2-2-5. This is not normal. You know what I mean? This is what people are used to when they're winning. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, it's normal if you're winning, but it's not, like, it. You get what I'm saying, right? Where right now, if you don't have your Bloodthirster, like, you just have, like, a BF sword and, like, a Vamp Scepter with a Doran's Blade, you're dealing significantly
Sorry,
less damage.
can you repeat that, because I think I have 24 hours disconnection of internet.
Oh, okay.
Just for a few seconds.
No, I was just going back into what I was talking about how players are not used to having low amounts of items. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're in this situation right now with just a BF sword and a Vamp Scepter, not even tier 2 boots, you know, like, or whatever. Well, you'd have a BF completed by this time, but you wouldn't have, like, the tier 2 boots, you wouldn't have the cloak. You know, you're dealing significantly less damage and you have significantly weaker stats, just across the board. So if that was the case, then fights with you, or any fight that you're involved with, is going to be significantly longer, the duration of it.
Yeah.
And in extended duration fights, people are more prone to make mistakes because their mechanics are weak at this level. Right? So just,
Okay.
you know, if you can do that, but you can become comfortable at extended fights, you'll become better as a player. You know? Like, yeah. Like, if you can win a fight with a knife, then of course you're going to decimate the fight with a fucking sword. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So
The theory.
yeah. So I want you to become comfortable with winning a fight with knives, not swords.
I would probably drop the sword since it's too heavy, but yeah. No, just kidding. I get it.
Yeah.
But still, I should have gotten the Infinity Edge, and I do now because
Yeah.
of, I don't know. Bloodthirst isn't that item that I wanna have. I think at that point I was still experimenting with this stuff.
Okay. So now you're gonna go Bloodthirster into Infinity Edge?
Seems like it.
Okay. I wouldn't totally agree with that because they have snares and they have slows and whatever. And then on top of that, their damage is all of their damage is periodic, except for Annie, right? So with that being said, you should just go for mobility and utility, in the sense of like a Phantom Dancer. If their damage was bursty and they're very slow and clunky, so what's an example of this? Like, say it's a Graves, or say it's like a Caitlyn. Technically, she's periodic, but she's bursty where she commits. Like, and you know what I mean? She commits and then she doesn't commit. That may sound a little weird. Let's just ignore Caitlyn. But say it's like a Graves, and say like their top laner is Renekton, or because he's bursty, or Kha'Zix, and then their jungler, it's not Warwick, it's Rengar, you know, going for a very big like burst, you know, to counteract their burst on like one of your teammates or yourself is kind of okay in some situations, but for the most part, mobility in itself is a weapon. You know? Okay. Holy shit.
Yeah,
This guy never misses. He never misses. I almost think he's going for the oxygen, like.
I don't know. I have the most games on Thresh this season, like, I don't know, 70, 80 or something. I miss hooks, yes, but this hurts.
Hold on.
Don't die.
Oh, shit.
Breathe slowly.
I don't think I've seen him hit one. I'm so sorry. You're not the Thresh, so it's okay.
Lucky
okay.
me.
It's okay, we're good. Holy shit. Sad life is alive and real. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're good. Okay. I'm okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
He hit.
He hit! That's
And
the
we got a
first.
kill of it.
We got a kill. Alright. Speak of the devil. Alright. So let's rewind this this fight. Fucking he hit. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, okay, so against a comp like this, okay, you see how you're moving into Lee Sin?
Mm-hmm.
You should be doing it like this. Like, yes, you come into range of like her thing, but you can easily just juke it at the last second, whatever. But you don't want to be forming like Malphites. You know what I mean? So like, even if you're standing here, you always have to entertain the opponent's abilities and shit, and like Tibbers as well. So don't touch. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, do not touch. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, if this is a good Malphite, okay, instantaneously, he flash R.
Yeah.
Boom. You guys are fucked. Like, even if Thresh hits this, you know what I mean, the hook, it doesn't matter. You're just dead. And then if Annie's good, like, flash Tibbers. Like, this is so bad. So never do this. Like, you technically had some, like, choice in this. Like, you don't have to be here. You could be here.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So just stand here, throw your ultimate, get the kill, and disengage. There's no... She's dead. Complete disengage right now. Complete disengage. But instead, you move into everyone again, and you auto-attack the plant. The plant doesn't matter. Look at Annie. You know what I mean? Like... this goes back to what I was talking about the EQ.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the skills, but... Oh, it was cute. Okay, so you guys get aced. Thresh shouldn't even throw up the box.
I think he didn't have time.
Yeah.
They chained it pretty well, the Tibbers and Malphite ult.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's fast forward. Okay. What was the HP on, like... Hold on 1 sec. Did you get home guard? Oh, no? Okay. Okay. Oh, look at the HP on everyone. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see, because I was skipping too far forward. Alright, so here, you defend the inhibitor. He hits that. You follow up. Okay. Okay, never mind. Annie was still there. I didn't see Annie. Okay. I was just gonna see, like, if Annie's not there, it would have been completely fine to just stutter step and kite into him.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been completely fine. Okay, so now, Nidalee shows bot, and this is a mistake that I talk about all the time. So, yeah. Baron is a total possibility. So, when Nidalee shows up, or that's not Nidalee, or is that Nidalee and Zyra?
Zyra. No, Nidalee is our team.
That's right,
It's
that's right.
Zyra.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, so, Zyra shows up bot, Ezreal's going bottom as well. Warwick just got his recall stopped. Okay, you killed Warwick. So when this happens, you need to just spam ping Baron, especially if Nidalee here can deny Malphite's recall. You denied it. Mother of God. Now, let's say that Ezreal tries recalling, like right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna shoot your
ult. We
ult.
already have the ping on Baron.
Right. You're gonna do the ping on Baron, but you're gonna ult Ezreal. Even if he's full
okay,
HP,
yeah.
you're just gonna ult him. You know what I
Just
mean? Because
to
that
deny.
8 seconds, right, that 8 seconds is gigantic. If you can hit him right before he recalls, you essentially made him, like, waste 15 seconds of his time. And then also he'll have to wait a little bit longer as well, because then he has to heal up the damage. Alright, so you kill Malphite, and you're going for... Did you just...
That was stupid.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just one step
And
out
now
of the-
entertain Ezreal's ults! Jesus, I fucking
Yeah.
felt that. Oh my god.
I misjudged the turret
Yeah.
range by like a pixel.
Hmm.
Something.
It's alright, let me fast forward. And just until you're up again. And now your team's throwing. Alright, so let me skip around to something that's like important right here. Because alright, I'm just gonna give you the layman's term. Okay? Because like me analyzing your fights at this point don't really totally matter until it's the big game deciding fight. Because as we just saw, your team elects to go in, you know, and die. But so right now, when this happens, all that you want to do is you want to endlessly shove the lane out to your tier 2 death tower. Okay? And then you just want to farm as the minions come to you. You do not want to be going out on the map. Okay? So, like, if you're a support player, right now, okay, in this instance, all that needs to be warded is here, this brush, okay? Or even this, if, like, you can't actually get to wolves, so you can see if there were wolves. This brush, the brush leading up to this tower, and blue, or the crossroad at blue. That's all that needs to be warded. Because you have to, as a player, right now, okay, you have to concede, even bigger than that, yeah. This is all their territory, okay? You don't own any of this. You're not allowed to pass on it, okay? You'll frickin' get hit with the fine like you're in America or something, I don't know. So, like, you have to concede it. This is, like, not yours. This, like, area of vision that you have on your map, this is the only one right now. You just farm. You farm, because again, CS is king. Like, if you eventually, what happens is, and this is why you see it in pro matches sometimes, it's why they don't concede when they're down, like, 10,000 gold. It's not because, like, you just, oh, you don't concede in a pro match, no. It's because eventually, they will cap at 6 items. Or, say that they're at 6 items, and you're at 4 items. If you can get to 5 items, you have a much greater chance at winning, right? So you stall it out, and you keep eating CS. You're not expecting to get a kill. You know what I mean? You're not expecting to get some sort of a turnaround and get an objective. No, you're not expecting any of that. You're trying to recuperate through CS. And then also, if they have super minions pushing, they're actually losing out on CS. Because their super minions end up killing CS from them, right? So then their total available CS income is actually sliced a little bit, whereas yours is increased.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, we're good. Alright. Let me speed up to the... Okay, so right here. And just, like, watch the fight. So, again, even getting red's a little bit risky, but it's okay, I guess. I don't know why he didn't just all 3 of them, and then Annie follows up, and Warwick, and... So that was a mistake on Malphite. One of the good ways to learn, like I said, like, you saw that I've started recording my own games and stuff, is that, you look in hindsight, but you imagine that you're the other player. Like, what is the absolute correct move? And then from that absolute correct move, you find out what is the absolute correct response.
And that was stupid.
Yeah. So again, this is the greed where your team, okay, like what's the point? These minions are gonna come to you. They're obviously gonna shove. They want these minions. They want to kill them, right? So these minions that you're CSing, it's gonna come to you. There's no reason to move out past this ward. In fact, you should be at this tier 2 tower, like I was talking about. And the reason that I put emphasis on this tier 2 tower is because the entrances to wraiths and the entrances to wolves, they provide safety, technically. Like, because if you're behind this, there's only one way to really engage you, so you can see what's coming. I mean, unless you argue these little paths over here, but they're really hard. Ezreal with his yellow pizza slice.
Banana.
I think Ezreal was just stationary, and Thresh still threw his hook. I would have missed.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. I know. I'm sorry. This is kind of a waste of time, but... Alright, hold on. I just have to. Someone can make a highlight video of this. Oh no, he would have hit. He would
No,
have
he
hit.
died.
Oh,
He would have hit.
he would have hit. All right, never mind. I'm sorry, Thresh. Fuck.
And this is where it's, I think, kind of Ezreal throws it because of
Okay,
his
so let's so he's being an idiot, right? So this is where like the EQ comes into play again, and this is where like poor decisions and everything comes into play. If you are so all of a sudden you are Ezreal or you're Warwick or you're Malphite or you're Zaya, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are. What are your pings gonna be?
turret.
One turret. One turret. There's no way for you to get two. I mean, maybe there's a way for you to get two, but you can't kill Nexus. Get one turret, and then by getting one turret and not wasting time on the second one, you fall back to Baron. Alright? You clear out the rewards, and then you get Baron. So I would just put emphasis on typing to the chat, just get Baron. Like, don't rush it. Like, when you rush things, sometimes it can go really bad. It's like rushing a first date. You know? Sometimes they're not into that.
Yeah.
And then this can happen, I guess. Maybe you guys ace them here, and that's why this goes on for another 15 minutes. Mother of God. Most disgusting thing I've ever seen. You actually just sent this to me because there's a penta, right? No, like...
No.
I know.
It was because of the early shit. Because of getting caught out in all of this.
No, yeah. Okay. And then you just get
But
Baron.
the Penta is a plus in this, definitely.
You should win at this point. You get Baron, you get Dragon off that. Okay, so... Going to Baron is not the correct play. What is the correct play?
Shove the lanes.
Not shove the lanes.
So essentially just getting the turret, pick it up.
You run down mid and you cap the first tower. Okay? So you cap this tower. You just tank it. One of the champions tanks it. And then you fall back through Baron and get Baron. By doing it like this, by doing it like this, you just get Baron and then they're alive.
Yep.
You can't get the tower.
Exactly.
So you're missing out on opportunity. And then you all recall, and then the minions will have been at your towers and stuff. You eat that, and then you maybe you can eat your jungle, and then you can group up in mid. Maybe you can shove the lanes out a little bit, group up in mid, and then you push up mid. And now, alternatively, when you also have an ace, and like the majority of your team's alive, Lee Sin didn't need to be at Baron. He could have gone to Dragon. Same with Nidalee. Like, they could have just cleared Dragon. So, you can also just ping that to occur. Okay, so let's just fast forward. It's really sad when... Now also, something that is important to note. Can any one of their champions deal with a split pusher?
Good question.
No. The answer is just no. Yeah, no one on their team can. They are completely reliant on a team fight. Their comp. They are an entire like team comp. So with that being said, you should just tell Riven to like split push. Like, surrender this tower. This tower doesn't fucking matter at 30 minutes into the game. Like, it's gonna obviously go down, right? So just surrender this tower and then stall. Now, you guys don't have very good wave clear, but if Riven can pull away Malphite, if Riven can pull away Warwick, if Riven can pull away Ezreal, you know, or Annie, well, definitely not Annie. Riven will just fucking eat Annie. But if Riven can pull away any one of them, their comp is significantly more dented than yours is without Riven.
True that.
Okay?
And eventually they have to react.
And yes, exactly. They will. They have to react to her. And if Riven can do it fast enough before they get to the inhibitor turret, then obviously they have to react to her first. But if she can't do it fast enough, she can just recall. You have now a shoved lane. Like, you have a lane shoving. So now there's a pressure on them where they have to win the team fight decisively. Because if they don't, something that has finally occurred that was not occurring for the last 10 minutes is that your team has a lane shoving. So if they lose the fight, you guys have a lane to go to, whereas before you didn't. So they kind of had, like, you know, they had an insurance policy. Oh my god, he hit it! Malphite be thinking he's fucking AP. Like, he just goes in on one target, like... Nice. Everything's good. No! God damn it, Riven! As soon as she stunned the Zyra, she should have just kept going for Annie. So this is what I meant, again, like, about EQ. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's guaranteed that one of you will get it.
She was
right.
dead.
She was dead, 100%. So just get that like tag her so you get the assist, and then just run by her. Now it doesn't matter, you guys achieved the same results anyway, but okay. So yeah, here you just tank it using Thresh's Lantern. You should share the pain. You shouldn't eat this much damage. So as soon as your shield deteriorates, you should just run away and share the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's when something like this is happening, when you're pushing a lane and they're all dead and whatever, you're looking for opportunistic timing. Always be using tab. That's something that I'm not seeing you use a lot, is like tab. And tab's so important for measuring itemization. It's important for measuring like when do you need Last Whisper. Because truth be told, you're probably actually not dealing a lot of damage to two of their champions. Like you're just actually probably tickling them. Right. So even though you have really great utility against like Zyra, Ezreal, Annie, etc., you're not doing shit probably against Warwick and Malphite. But the way that the game turned out with how it was going, I already told you that I disagreed with your Infinity Edge, but I also would have not even gone Infinity Edge in this instance. Additionally, your team needs wave clear. Okay, so I would have gone Static Shiv over Phantom Dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So these are like minute itemizations that are really important.
That was cute, Hook.
Threshy. Ah, Thresh. Oh my god! You're like all clumped up, like...
Yeah.
Fuck.
See this and I wonder why Malphite didn't ult.
Yeah.
The same at the inner turret bottom.
Nuga. I'll turn off Cacao if I keep getting messages. Okay. So here, this is rotational error. So you have 5 people sieging this bottom, or you have 5 people sieging this bottom, or this mid tower, the bottom of 3 towers technically. 3 people sieging the mid tower. What should you do right now if you can't dive this?
Shove the other lane. There's still an inner turret.
Just 5-man the five-man the top left tower.
Yep.
It doesn't actually deal damage, like, you know what I mean? With how much items you guys have. Now the Quicksilver Sash as your next item, it doesn't make any sense.
Just thinking about the Warwick ult.
I thought it doesn't remove suppression.
It does. Mikael's doesn't.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And Cleanse doesn't.
Okay. The damage still goes through from it though, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. Oh.
No, but at least I could just run away for.
Let's see. Oh my god.
Half a second.
And like, why are pings going? Who's pinging it? You're pinging it. No, there's no way for them to actually like. I mean, okay. Oh god, why are you holding tab open so long? Okay. And then they're like CSing minions. See, this is like such greed. God. Do you see that? Like, what the fuck? Okay, it doesn't matter. They go down, but all right. Okay, saying that you got. Okay, so why are you going Mercule Scimitar over Last Whisper? Okay, hold on. Tab is open. Oh, works full damage. That is the worst build I've ever seen. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Actually, I guess in this instance, yeah, you don't need Last Whisper yet. It's actually fine, I guess.
But don't credit me for that.
No, well, now you know, though, I guess.
Yeah, no, I do.
Alright, let's just fast forward. Oh god, Thresh.
Did he miss again?
No, I'm getting nervous watching him.
Oh, oh yeah, you missed.
Okay. This is all good. But again, right there, like, it was obvious Nidalee could have finished the last blow. You should have already been moving into Ezreal. Been hunting that twink. Okay.
Wasn't she like a Q away from death?
Who?
Nidalee from Warwick.
Yeah, but the cooldown. But even that aside, like, she would have lived through an auto. Okay. So now they're dealing with this. Nidalee, yep. Okay. Just get this tower. We should avoid jungle fight. They can be... Yeah, Thresh is actually right. You should not fight inside the jungle. It benefits them. You want to fight in the most open areas. Holy shit. Now, this was greedy, right? Like, you shoved it to the lane. You could tab. You could see that they're coming up, you know? So now, without her, you just gave up Baron. Alright? Always be thinking objective. It's a hierarchy. And I wouldn't be surprised if that cost you guys the game. Did it?
No. I think we won that.
Bless his heart.
Poor guy.
Oh my god, he hit two! I think this is Gohan. Like, fucking... Alright. Bad idea, says Thresh. Alright. Warwick, nice champ. Mother of God. Okay. Well, they have Baron. Yeah, you guys just need to literally sit at your towers and farm. Okay, so you're at the inhib. And see, like, why? So, like, you already know this is bad by them. It doesn't make sense. Like, rotational play. Shove bottom in to tier 3. Take top tier 2. Shove top into tier 3. Then go mid. Then break. You know, like, doesn't make any sense. I guess they're just trying to be greedy and going for the kill, but their lead isn't actually big enough to warrant this. Well, I suppose when, clump up like that. What? Mother of God, Zyra almost died. Why didn't... Okay. Let's fast forward again. Just gonna see if there's any major errors. Okay, now you have less Whisper. Also, don't upgrade the red thing. At this point, like, it's obvious that the game's going to continue to go on for a little while. If you're going to get anything, you're going to get Home Guard, because the added utility from it inside of a defensive fight, and you're in a defensive stance right now as a team. So Home Guard is way more important than that red thing. If you're snowballing out of control, the red is okay. The red upgrade. But, for the most part, if the game is going to go way longer, and it's obvious that it's going to go... Oh my God! Guys are clumping up like you're breeding or something. I don't know. So let me just pause. The team fight is kind of like irrelevant because it's way too chaotic. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
To address, and there's already been so many mistakes. But for the most part, if the game is gonna go on a lot longer, you're just gonna want Zephyr. You're not gonna want either Home Guard or Fur.
Yeah, sell the boots and then get Zephyr.
Right. A very minute thing, like a very minor thing that I will talk about is that if you're dead and you're gonna recall and you have Home Guard and you want to buy Zephyr, wait until you respawn and then instantly sell Home Guard boots and buy Zephyr. And by doing that, this is really, really small, really, really minor. You'll get the Home Guard boost while leaving the base. So it's really stupid. It doesn't. I mean, it can change stuff, you know, but yeah. Can only imagine the other team. GG. Oh, manner, huh? Okay. God damn, you're not manner. That's all
I
right.
had to.
All right. Any
Fun fact, I got two pentakills that day, one in an ARAM, and exactly also with Jinx. It was crazy.
good
I don't
shit.
know.
All right. Any closing questions?
No,
Okay. Tab more.
I guess I did a lot of mistakes,
Yeah. This'll
especially the clumping up. Oh
yeah.
my god.
I'll upload this to YouTube. Tab more, move better, resist death. And when I
Mhm.
say resist death, I mean don't go for kills. Literally, just get better with less items, and you'll become
And
better
not
as a
flash
player.
kill if it's not necessary.
And don't use don't use flash. Don't use summoners post or entering into the mid game if it does not get an objective.
So in lane, flash kill for securing the kill, just to a little bit
Pre mid
snowball
game.
ahead is
Pre mid
okay.
game. Yes. Pre mid game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, man. I will follow up with you on Skype in a little bit. So.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, man. I will talk to you later. Bye.